What's going on, traders? How we doing? It's time to make some money. Let's go. Live trading with Benzinga. Let's get it started.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
All right, guys, how we doing out there? I have my volume a little down because it sounds like my computer's trying to blow up, but I mean, that's just how it goes here. Let's bring on my man, Ryan, Faloona, and Zunaid. What's going on, guys?
My computer's not going to blow up. I'm ready to roll.
Good morning.
Not going to blow up? Hey,
Nope.
Well, that's just how it is. I think my computer does not like when I take time off because, like, every time I take time off, it feels like when I come back, like, just doesn't want to work the same.
Yeah.
Bitcoin solves this. Bitcoin solves this. Just start mining Bitcoin. Your computer will always be in use. It never knows that you're going to take a vacation. Problem solved. This is an easy
Problem
one.
solved. You see? Hey, that's how it goes, guys. Who knows? Maybe I just need to make some money today to buy a new one. We'll see.
Hey.
Let's go ahead. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the market. What are you guys going to be looking at today? I'm just going to use it in one word here, guys. I don't even need to look at stocks today. I'm just saying
Energy.
solar. But I'll let Zunaid go ahead. He has his charts on up. And what are you looking at, my friend?
Solar companies is one that I will lean on you to give me insight on, but I'll definitely take a look at crowd. It's already here at this one of the levels where after hours showed some support. I don't feel too confident with it. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the dip possibly to about the 180s. Typically 200 ends up being a magnet, right? Like the whole numbers also end up acting as a magnet. But I'll be honest, in this market, I'll be throwing darts in the dark. Does that say that right, Ryan? I don't know. I always butcher my phrases.
Darts in the dark, baby.
Is that what it is?
No, I mean
That's like that was like
but
me
at
in
school,
college,
it works.
you know?
So that's CrowdStrike, right? CEI. I'm gonna keep trying to play this as much as I possibly can. The dollar dips. You can see that blue arrow. We played it yesterday. Made some money on the scalp. Tried to play it again yesterday, but obviously it didn't come down all the way. So gonna keep an eye on CEI here as well. Let's see what else I've got. Man, I had one more that I wanted to go over here. I believe it was Apple. Trying to see what it'll act right now around the 158, excuse me, if it comes all the way back down here. But till then, honestly, just going to take a step back and see what the market gives me because I'm not sure what direction it'll go in. I worked out this morning, so I haven't had a chance to look at anything. But I'll rely on you two to kind of guide the way. And I know you mentioned a $2 stock. What was it? AGRI, Ryan? That's one I'm definitely looking at as well for that $2 bounce.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's a perfect segue. Thank you, Zunaid. I'll go ahead and go through mine. Yeah, real quick. There was AGRI. This is AgriForce Growing Systems. There was a piece of news this morning here about a binding letter of intent to acquire a plant. I don't know the specifics of that. I'd actually have to go through the PR. Clearly, the market likes it as it's trading up about 30% in the pre-market today. So this one may end up getting some action. We'll see. Pretty beaten down. So looks like there's some good room up here. The main watch that I'm going to be watching here today is going to be some of the energy names, and it's the same names that you folks know from some of the recent days. Woke up today. Look at Indo. Indo's up also almost 30% today. This thing has been an absolute monster. Low float. Understand what it is that you're trading and what you're buying. Low float should be able to move all over the place. And then there are the other names that are with that. There's MARPS, MARPS. This has had 2 wild days in a row. HUSA is on here. IMPP is on here. ENSV is on here. Let me see. Let me pull that one up here. So tons, just lots of these recent runners look like they're going to be back in play today. So the strategy here is going to be watching the volume flow. If we can get a key level taken out on volume, that might set up for a trade. We're also going to watch some of the level 2 on here. Junaid, I'm interested in what you're saying about CrowdStrike. We'll see if how that takes off. You know, it would be an interesting one to watch off of CrowdStrike. It's actually going to be Sentinel-1, right? So this traded up in the after hours with the report yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how this reacts today when the market is open. So I'll probably keep an eye on Sentinel-1. Shout out to CEI also. That's part of the energy plays that we just talked about. That should be in play today too. So going to be watching for a lot of these small caps on the day trades. I don't really see anything in terms of new swing trades, but if we come across something, you'll be the first to know.
So wait.
All right, let's go. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's get to some stocks here. Let me share my screens. I'm going to take a look at some, of course, of some of the ones that I was talking about yesterday, like BRR. Yes, I saw it in the chat, mentioned by someone here. Let me scroll on back down. There's so many ones that I've gone through today. Paul C, there you go. Paul C, shout out to you, man. We'll see if it gets through 4. I have an alert set for 360s to at least alert me, and then we'll see if it can get on up there. Let's take a look at some of these solar names. Of course, this is the area that I'm pointing at today. Always like to point out to a certain area and look to see if we're going to get that lift. If you see here, we actually went sideways yesterday on the hourly, actually recovering close to that. And then so the index here just going sideways. That was a really good sign. I didn't want to see it just give up all the gains. I wanted some sideways action because an inside day after a big push is actually a bullish sign to me. So I'm going to be looking for some of these stocks to continue. Yesterday, EMPH kind of continued, just went sideways. You can see here, nice little hourly pattern here. We're going to look to see if it takes on off, gets through the resistance right above it around 183s. And then after that, I think it can get to 190 even just today. SEDG, you can take a look at. The one that I like today, First Solar. First Solar has gone nice sideways off of the resistance right here. So 76.67s, you can put it at 76.60s. We're going to look for this to take off towards 80 today. We'll see if that one can get running. And another one to watch, of course, is Run. You see how these charts are very similar on the hourlies. So just look for one to kind of take off, get a leader going, and then look to see if you can continue to get that same kind of chart. This one's kind of more of an ascending triangle. What we'd want to see is it not break through the 30s. It can test there, but then really quickly recover that trend line, that bottom trend line, and take out 31.48s. SPWR, another one to take a look at. Right underneath it, 2030s, right? We're going to look for it to take out 21 and hold 21s on pullbacks. Another one to take a look at, MaxN. This is one that we gave at 1184. It's already at 1387. Could pull back to 13, I think, today before it takes off through 14. But I'll be watching these. And I think you definitely keep solar and watch. Let's go to some other plays out there that you guys can be watching. Of course, basic materials yesterday. What took a pause? What took a pause was coal and gold. I think these could also take another day of pause before it really takes off. But it's really going to be about the market, because if the market just kind of crushes down, I could see also just all basic materials up. Areas that I am liking, though, I'm liking steel. Steel kind of pulled back, had a good strong day yesterday. If you look here at X, that was one that I was looking at to have another strong day yesterday. I'll look for a little bit of a pullback towards, let's say, 1330s, but I do think that we can get back through the high of 3155 today. We'll see if we get through there on X. Of course, you can take a look at some other ones in there, NUE, and then see if these start moving. This one would move above the 130s. Let's get it, guys. Let's get to the market. See if we see that dead cat bounce that we were looking at. I'm going to tell you guys what I'll be looking at is the Qs right out the gates. The Qs can really push, then yeah, tech can rally and continue to rally. But if the Qs give up the gains, then, I mean, that was just a dead cat bounce. Say it, Mitch. X gonna give it to you.
Nothing crazy out of the gate here. Window, first move here out of the gate is down.
All right, basic materials. Coal up 2% already, guys. BTU up 3% here. So if you guys are looking at that, looks like Coal said, okay, I'll only take a day rest. You know, I'm cool with just taking a day sideways. Yeah, I like this BTU right now, looking at it. And if I do take BTU, one thing I've noticed is that the only time I ever got caught in BTU and I didn't have a good trade, it was because I held it and looked for too much continuation. So if I do the BTU, it might be more of a scalp today. Like I just get in, like right now, I would be looking for like a pop above 22s. You can use that 21.75, look for a pop, quick sell into that move. Already there, 205 showing up on the offer. I'd look for like about like 215, 220s. Because you're risking about 25 cents here. So more like a 1-to-1 bomb in and out type of trade. I do like that one. All right, let's look at these solar names right out the gates. That's what I'm going to be watching here to see if we can get that lift. Seeing a little bit of a pullback right here. Sun W is pushing up though. Sol was up about 2.6%. Sun W up about 3%. That one's off $3. Had a huge pullback. So you can see if that one holds 350s. There's BTU up there towards the 22.28s. This is when I would be selling into it. Just like a quick little pop, boom. You would have got that BTU. We'll see if it pulls back here, already up there towards 22.50s. You can take a look at some other names in coal also. So let's start calling out some of those. So METC is another one. Look at that push, 5% push right out the gates. Looking for a pullback towards 19 on that one. CEIX is another one. 35 would be the level to look for a pullback on there, or maybe closer towards 34.73s, giving you the prior resistance in pre-market to see that lift. There's BTU already to 23, guys. This is why I wanted to kind of watch the basic materials today. This is the area that I'd call out to watch. Energy moving also. So let's look at this BORR. Might take BORR here. I think this is going to start pushing through the 350s here. I'm looking for some of these faster name ones too, like CEI, names like that to start getting moving. BBR. We'll see if these can get moving there. Definitely some kind of INDO, 4390s, setting on up. Nice hourly pullback on that one. Went down towards a low of 3181s. Has a resistance above it in the 48 zone, but it could get up there today.
Take a look at CCJ, Mitch, if you don't mind. I don't have it on my chart here, but pull up CCJ. This is, I should have.
There you go. Minerals play. This is uranium, right?
Yep. And it's
I like
strong out of the gate here. I'm actually still in these June calls. I'm in the June 28th. We're up 135% on those. So at this point, I'm at a spot where I'm actually looking to close these. But since I got so much time, I want to see if this strength lasts.
All right, aluminum setting up here for a nice push here. You could take this push here as a VWAP bounce type of trade. I might take this right here, guys. I'll let you guys know if I get it in here. Just went without me here. I'm looking for a pullback to the 80s here.
One of the plays for
aluminum. Grabbed it right there.
Or you're in a trade here. I can put it up if you'd like, or if you got a full screen.
Alcoa.
What's the ticker? Sorry.
AA.
All right, should be popping up here. I apologize. I'm having freaking difficulties here in a second.
Little lag.
There. Yeah, it looks like a little lag. But yesterday, I believe this is a lithium or uranium play. LTBR. I got a chance to play it. Again, I play based off charts and whatnot, but it looks like it's bouncing off of the 1050. You can try to grab some more or try to grab some initial size here, and then below 10, you got to get out. That's LTBR.
All right, keeping a close eye on this. Alcoa got 88s there. Looking to add here if I can get to the 60s. We went through that level, hit the bottom of the pre-market support, now pushing back on up here towards 83s. Let's see if we can get that lift back towards 83.80s and take out the pre-market high, the opening high. There's 83.10s, 83.19s here.
Man, this morning I had an order out for something, but I don't remember what it was. Let's see.
Pizza?
No,
Pizza?
I wish.
Oh, okay.
I wish, dude. I wish, brother.
Pizza?
I mean, that was the first thing that came to mind when you talked about it. I don't know what to tell you.
It was CYRN. That's what it was. Okay, let me go take a look at that. I was like, I know there was something I put out there. Yeah, I've got orders out there for CYRN to try to play it off of a $7 bounce if it comes to
Boom.
it. Obviously, not
There's
there
a nice
yet.
ad there. 83.14s, 20,000 shares in Alcoa. Going to sell some into the 40s here. Just
Oh,
sold
very
some
nice.
at 56 there. Nice pop there. Let's see if we can pop it through 83.80s, and then I'm just gonna sell out the rest here, guys.
Husa's going here.
Boom. Let's go. Done.
Way to go, Mitch.
A point trade there, guys. Point trade there right out the gates. Saw that big buyer step up there at 83.14s. It was 20,000 shares. That's what got me a little confident. I was going to sell into the momentum. Yeah, I might have missed some of the trade here, but the idea for me, and I talked about it earlier, I haven't been getting continuation. I want to bang, bang, and get in and out of these trades. I'm already out of a COA.
Great trade, man. And Ryan, I agree with you. Husa is popping here. $10 seems to be the resistance. Are you trying to play this in some type of way?
No, these are well, some of these are the ones that we're watching, right? Look at Indo too. The first move was lower. It actually held up and reversed. So a lot of these oil plays seem like they're still going, or energy plays. Maybe I shouldn't even call them oil. So I've noticed those two. 9 would be another one. This is one that's run before. This stopped at 5 yesterday. I think if it takes 5, you might have a trade here on 9.
I'm watching it right now, guys. There's 5,000 at 96, 3,400 at 95. So some people are stepping up here in the 90s. I'm looking for a pullback here. It's touching the 5 right there. There you go. See someone stepped up there at 505, 4,000 shares. But to me, I'm looking for a pullback to VWAP here.
It went through 5 too fast for me to take a position. So I am not in. This is where I talk about these rules all the time. Even though it's only 10 cents above where I bought, I don't want to chase this candle because it's likely to pull back at some point. 521 looks like the next spot. These lines were drawn days ago when this was in play before. So we'll keep an eye on 9. That again, spot there for me was 5. Needed to take that out from yesterday. It went right through it.
Yeah, especially because that 10 cents is usually your scalp.
Here's the pull I was just talking about. This is why you don't chase, folks.
This is what I'm looking for.
Because that 10 cents is your scalp. That's your profit right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to hold through that. You want to get your entry as clean as possible right to where you were looking at.
Order out at 483s right above the VWAP here for me. I'm looking for a pop down fill and then immediately back through 5.
There it is. You should have been told.
There you go. Got it right there. All right, guys. Going to watch towards the low of the day here, 65s. Don't want to see 65s break.
Bottom of the VWAP channel is 460.
Got 82s there.
Yep.
82 fill. Want to see it come. So this candle close above 68 and then immediately come back through 5. If it doesn't come back through 5 on the next candle, I'll probably just even get out of it. This is kind of one of those timing types of trades. I'm willing to add through 5 if we go back through it. Watch out there. We're testing that support right now.
Yeah, you're right at 65.
Got about 30 seconds on this candle here. You're creating a double bottom, triple bottom if it closes at 68. That's why I'm keeping an eye on it right now. Spread is spreading out, so just be careful. You got to always look at the spread. Are you in a 1 cent spread or are you in a 10-cent spread? Right there, it was splitting to 10 cents. That's a little bit bigger at a $4 stock.
Keep an eye on ticker JBR. I'm in some size here on my
6 seconds on this tick. And then this candle is going to really determine it. We don't want to see it close below 468.
CEI near highs.
Here, can you throw my screen?
Yeah, I got you, man.
You're perfect.
I got it.
Appreciate you guys. So like I was saying, ticker GBR, I am in here on Thinkorswim at $4.23 with some small size.
Nice.
I am going to add as it gets closer to VWAP here on TradeStation. You can see I've got 1,000 share order out there. And of course, my stop loss will probably be around, like, let's just call it 390 or so. but I do like this one, and I see that there's some folks on Twitter and whatnot trying to get on it as well. So trade with your risk tolerance in mind, please.
Still in right now, guys. Still in right now. It's fighting that support zone, but there is some volume filling in there. So that's why I'm trying to keep a watch on it right here. Let you know if I get out, guys. There's a little recovery there.
DVR hit my scanner, Zunaid.
All right, let's go, man.
That was the one I first looked at, was CEI and GBR, and then I went to 9. Those are great ones. Also, BRR is one to keep on watch. Anything that you pretty much saw go sideways yesterday, I'd keep it on watch.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of want it to come down just so I can grab more shares, but I can't complain if it does continue up, right?
If it just goes, it goes, right?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. All right, I want to see back above 75s here. Someone stepped up 10,000 shares there. Just in case it was a seller, you want to see it go right back through that level and then get right back to VWAP. VWAP is very important to recover here. That's when the algos will come back in here in the 80s.
Someone's talking about Amazon. Let's take a look.
Amazon 20-for-1 split announced after hours yesterday, and the buyback.
Yeah, did it give up the gains?
No.
Half of them. But it's turning up now.
SPY pushing up, guys. Just want to get that going there. SPY is pushing there. It's not a huge move, but it is above the VWAP there. Out in 9 here. Just got it out there. 59s. It's on the crackdown there. Just be careful there.
Not 450 is going to be the next level for it to hold.
Just glad I didn't grab it at 5. It was a tough one.
Yeah. That's how it is sometimes. GBR at support here at 420, by the way. Big bidder there at 420 as well. Key level.
All right, let's go to the stocks that I really wanted to watch today. All right.
By the way, on CrowdStrike, you'll see that I have a limit order out here at 180.29 to see if I can get a bounce from the 180 level. My stop loss is going to be about $1.50 though, so just a heads up. My stop loss will be below, or excuse me, will be about $2. So it is.
BTU pulling back there, guys. 9 recovering the 60s, but it's just too volatile today. I'm gonna look at some other names.
Yep.
All right, I wanted it to come down. GBR went ahead and came down. I got filled at 412,000 shares on TradeStation. Alcoa
is actually in the red today already, guys, and that's why I kind of wanted to be really quick on my profits there. It was a great gain for us, and versus fighting that, you know, continuations are just hard in this market, guys. It's a day trader's dream right now, and not anybody that's trying to get these continuation moves. Looking at some other trades here. Silver doing well today. AG is one that I'm looking at. That would take out the 1325s going up towards 1340s. It's not the biggest move, though. You're talking about like a 3% move if it breaks out there.
MQ, some pretty huge volume here. Spot is at 30, yeah.
Software name, oof, I won't touch it. The market's going up, the softwares will do well. But if the market comes down, I'll let you know right now. Those are the names that are going to get hit the hardest.
That's what's been the case so far.
They like to squeeze up, but at the same time, when those are coming down, it's like, oh crap, take cover.
All right, if you went ahead and grabbed the dip on GBR, you're up about $150 on 1,000 shares. You can see it right there live on my screen. Feel free to take it if you'd like. I think I'm going to wait to see if I can get around 440.
I'm going to see if the SPY can flip here. I'll go put yours up since you're looking at it.
Yeah, I'll adjust the multiple. And you can see I've already kind of charted these from before.
Wow, Marquetta just took huge size at 1130 down, and it's through. Again, too fast for me to get in.
Time to take a little bit of some OJ. Take a second. Have had a good trade to stop out. Still in the green for the day. Now I'm just gonna take a second. Let's just vibe for a second.
I already had shout out, Mitch. I already had my fresh squeeze orange juice this morning.
Shout out to you, bro.
Smart water, baby. That's how we rocking.
I need some.
Imagine drinking smart water. Just kidding, Zunaid.
Look, in my defense, when I went to the gym, I forgot my water bottle, so I had to pay downstairs to get this one. All right.
All right. Gonna take a reversal type of trade here. Really tight stop here, in there on Halliburton. So this is HAL, guys. So what am I seeing? This is called a reversal type of trade. So when I see these bottoming actions multiple times, then you can get one more action to try to break. That's what I think we got it on this candle last. So I'm using that low of that candle as the risk right now. 35.23 got in there at 42s. So we're talking about a 20-cent risk, looking for a move back towards VWAP, sell some there at 35.88s, and look for the move back up towards the high, which is 36.50, which would be more than a point from our entry. So let's see what happens here. This is HAL Halliburton.
AGRI looks like it's trying to curl here. Stopped at 211, where there was a seller block. Pulling back from that level now. How did CrowdStrike end up doing here?
Bustelo.
What does about 184s a couple of times. Didn't quite get to 180s.
Looks like CrowdStrike's trying to curl too. How's Sentinel-1 doing? Sentinel-1 really just at flat. Have you guys ever traded fake Tesla?
Oh,
like TLSA?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have not.
How many have you? I mean, I've done it. I've bought it because I'm just fat finger the ticker. It's so not fair too. It's just like, thankfully the prices are drastically different.
Yeah. You're like, what they do? 100-to-1 split? What happened here? Oh man.
All right, battling here. We'll see what happens in the SPY here. Let me take a look here. Looks like we're still going sideways right now in the SPY. Basic materials leading us, guys. Communication services and energy behind that. Technology deep into the red now, 1.3. So to me, this is pointing towards the downside, but we'll see what happens here. I would expect to see these oil names kind of get a pop if the SPY just kind of collapses here through 422. Coal, man. BTU off the VWAP. Interesting for me. I like that BTU setup right there.
I really haven't taken a single large cap trade. What is wrong with me?
I wanted to test the low of the last candle on BTU, which is 22.12. And then I wanted to see it not break that, and then I can get in, try to get it back towards the VWAP. But we want to see it get back above VWAP because it was kind of in a nice bullish pattern here, broke that down here. So I'm looking for that 3 kind of bottoming action look, and then trying to see that reversal come back through the trend line. So which would be back up here.
Tried to scalp AGRI through 215, but it was a little too heavy there, so just out for -2 cents. Really, when we're talking about some of these small caps, especially ones that are up and that are moving back and forth on high volume, got to be able to be nimble with them. Got to be able to get in and out. I was hoping for a pop through 215. I didn't get the pop. I'm not going to wait around and have that thing sell off on me. So I'll hit it again if it sets up again at 215.
All right, liking this BTU setup here. Looking to see if I get any big volume to come up and step up. Right now, I only see 1,000 orders. I don't see anything above 1,000. I'm looking for, like, let's say, like a 5,000 order or something like that. Algo's starting to step up here in BTU.
NTRA going.
Yeah, algorithmic volume stepping up a little bit there in BTU.
9 curling back up.
I didn't go for it there on BTU. I just saw nothing but algorithmic volume, but it is driving it a little bit there towards the 50s. There's the big buyer right there, 51, 3,000, boom. And so the algos brought it up there a little bit, and then he jumped in there at the 51s. I feel like it was a little trappy for me with the algorithmic volume just driving it.
I'm going to see if I can get a pop on AMD towards VWAP to short it. Matter of fact, I'm going to take small size here just to kind of get entry. I got filled on the 106 puts on AMD at 189. If it comes closer to VWAP, I will go ahead and grab some more. Let me put it up here.
The cat. What's the cat doing today? Oh, don't do it to me, Lason. I should be long swing trading cat. I called it from the beginning of the month.
Infrastructure, man. Gotta love
killing
that.
it. Remember that was my monthly call out. It was looking for industries moving forward. My industry is industrials because this is all going to go away eventually, guys. The war and the inflationary talk. What's going to come after that, I think, is an infrastructure kind of boom. Cat having a great day. I like DE here too. Look at that. Nice little push on up. Joe gave me that 363 level. Could have got that today.
All right, there's NVIDIA. Those contracts are now up about 8%. Nothing crazy. I want to try to cover. Matter of fact, I'm going to set an alert here. I think I'm going to try to cover around the 105s if I can. Let's see where support and all that good stuff is.
BTU, that was a nice move. I just kind of stuttered on there.
Come on down, AMD. Come on down. You can see SPY here tried to close the 10-minute candle 3 times above the VWAP. Hasn't been able to. It's on his 3rd candle right now.
AGRI blew through 215. So this is exactly what I was hoping for on the first trade that I did. I was hoping, let me actually pull my screen up here. This is a good lesson. 215 clearly had a spot, right? 215 clearly had a spot. Here it is. On this pop, when they took it through, they immediately pulled it. And I realized that it wasn't going to pop and go like I had thought. So I closed my trade for a -2 cent loss. Really no big deal. However, after that pull, it went right through 215 again. This actually lines up with your VWAP, which was 216. And look at this push that we got all the way up to 228. This was the pop I was hoping for the first time. And it's worth noting that on some of these small caps, they don't actually give you the pop that you're looking for on the first attempt through the spot. It takes a second attempt. And that's exactly what happened here on AGRI. Excuse me. Missed this one, unfortunately. That's just
on AGRI, I'm a little upset. I did not go ahead and grab the $2 buy, but I am very happy. GBR, you can see it on the 3rd block. We went ahead and took profits on this one. Let's see how much we made on that trade. $280 on 1,000 shares. We grabbed it near VWAP right here, and then we sold the pops in the 440s. Now I still have some shares on my Thinkorswim that I'm going to see and wait for a little bit more, but that's live trading for you.
Boom.
On AGRI, that $2, man, Ryan, we even talked about it.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I did not put the limit order out there. You can see the $2 bounce in pre-market. You can see the $2 bounce in regular trading sessions. You could have been in the money 20, 30 cents there. A little upset. Did not grab that. SPY is above VWAP now, by the way. So keep an eye. If you did grab the AMD puts, be careful because you do have SPY above VWAP. On those puts on AMD, you're up about 6%. So if you don't like it, if you're not a fan of it, close them out. All right, SPY is really starting to crank here as it approaches 424. I don't feel too safe. I'm going to close out these AMDs. Even though it's a small size, I am out AMD 106 puts for a 3% loss, I believe. I was in at 189. I am out at 184. Just don't. I was hoping for SPY to break. It's not. So I don't like the trend. I'm out. I took a 2-3% loss. Lost 5 cents.
IRNT through 5 here, maybe. Cybersecurity play. GBR now going crazy.
BTU, nice VWAP bounce there that I missed. Already up there towards 2270s. You could have got in there around the 2230s. That was a nice little VWAP bounce. Just didn't take it.
IRNT couldn't quite get to 5. They pulled it.
All right, what's going on out there? What's with the super annoying casino sound?
I think he's talking about your computer.
Your
Or he or
computer
she
blowing up.
is talking about your computer.
Yeah, probably that.
Maybe they think it's like a roulette thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it does sound like a rattle, almost like a roulette rattle.
there you go. We're spinning the ball here, guys. Spinning the ball.
SPY over 424.
IRNT
GBR.
through 5.
Yep, it sure is. Here's where I'd love to see, Ron. I'd love to see a pop over 5. Let's just call it 520, 530, whatever. And then it comes back to test 5. That way I can try to grab some. Stop loss would be below VWAP. I'm enjoying this small cap trading so far. I said last time and then I got screwed, but you know what I mean.
All right, adding here, Halliburton. Just added on Hal.
It's a hamster in a running wheel. It makes all of Mitch's calls. That's what the sound is. Oh,
That's
that's
it.
a fun time.
That's it.
I love it.
You know, Mitch, serious note, do you ever take it apart and dust it and clean some of that stuff out?
Of course, man. Of course, guys.
I've actually never done that. I've always done it from the back. Like, you know how you have like the back of the PC?
No, I'm
I'll do
talking about
that.
like actually opening the computer.
Yeah,
up.
no, I have never done that. Does that really like boost
Yes,
performance?
I do it probably every 6 months.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, you get dust.
Well, I mean, no, that part I know. I just didn't know that like removing it would help its performance in that manner. But I guess that makes sense. By the way, IRNT, like Ryan called out, above 5, and look at the SPY with the green candle.
The issue with me with the IRNT here today is that the move 5 was the catalyst for me, and the move through 5 was too quick for me to get a position both times. I don't like being filled on the way back down. I like being filled on the way back up. I like to ride that momentum wave, and this one was really too fast. So missed 2 trades, unfortunately.
See, that's interesting because I enjoy being filled on the way back down. Because I feel like I am not quick enough to like get in and out.
Yeah.
Like I try to buy high, sell higher, but like it doesn't always work out for me. AGRI trying to test the 250s for the second time.
Yeah, Mitch, that thing is.
Yeah, that is. Boy, that thing is.
Never heard it this loud before. Holy smokes!
I'll tell you guys.
Someone said he's running Windows 95.
That's what it is, guys. That's what it is.
Hey, we've got Benzinga Pro on floppy disks. All right, we're making things happen.
No, we don't. Okay, I do the support for Benzinga Pro. We do not talk about floppy disks. All right, this is not 1980.
Okay, did anyone, and if anyone has a trade, please interrupt me. But did any of you, Ryan, Mitch, or anyone in the chat? I remember days in high school when I had to turn in my homework on a floppy disk and I would give it to my teacher, and then he or she would be like, "Hey, there's no homework here." I'd be like, "Oh, the formatting may have messed up. I'm sorry. Can I go home and get it to you tomorrow?" And obviously I never did it, and I would just do it because I had an extra day. Did any of you guys do that? No?
No, I didn't blame format. I blamed everything under the sun for not being able to turn in homework, but formatting of the disk, unfortunately, was not one of them. That's actually not bad. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's not bad.
Yeah.
No, the worst for me was we had a typing class back in high school, and we were all typing the same thing, and like you had to find where the errors were and correct the errors and then submit the thing that you typed.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of us in the class were like, why would we waste time doing this? Let's just band together and each day one of you type a different one and then we'll share them. And so 3 days in a row, 4 kids are handing in the exact same printout. They busted us so fast. That was not good. Not my finest hour, but I was trying to be efficient. And that argument didn't work either, by the way.
Yeah. Like, you know, back in the day, work smarter, not harder would not have flown. Now, possibly. Teachers may like the initiative. Let's see. SPY coming back to test. Now, if you like the long idea on SPY, you can wait for it to come and test around VWAP. Up, AMD hit 104s. It's interesting here. You had SPY pop above, but there's AMD low big.
Taking some profits in Halliburton.
Hail. HAL.
Just took some off there at the 74. Gonna look for it to continue going to 36.
Agri through 50, by the way.
Woo-wee. Let's go.
It's a nice push there.
Oh, you know what? That's not the stock I'm in. Damn. I just got excited. Then I looked at my Thinkorswim and I'm like, why is that P&L so small? Oh, man. Damn, Ryan, that $2 trade, man. Freak.
Whew. So made it back there through Agri. Was able to cover up my loss and get in profit. So not a bad clawback. This looks like this is going to keep going though. I was getting out because I was staring at a loss. Now I'm staring at a gain. So I was able to turn that frown upside down, if you will. But this thing might go higher here. I hope that it actually pulls back so it can set up again, because now we're ready to go. This is a really tough trader. This thing is moving around like crazy today. If you're trading AGRI, be careful. Be careful. But that was a nice little scalp there. So able to get back my loss. All right.
Way to go, man. Nice trades. Nice trades.
Clawback. Yeah, that's what that is all about.
Just took some off there at 94s for Hal.
That's a nice one too.
Still got a quarter of the position now from 35.50s. Original entry was at 35.40s, what we added. Not looking bad at all. Good gain here.
CYRN popped above 8. Came nowhere near giving me the fills at 7. So I'm going to cancel these orders. Thank you. Cancel. Cancel.
Boom. Gonna set a stop.
Oh, look at AGRI.
Popping, baby.
Good stuff. All right, so here's the plan now for Agri. If you're in, awesome. You do take whatever gains you need to do what you need to do. If you're out of this, or if you miss this, don't worry. Don't play into the FOMO. Don't be chasing these humongous candles unless you're looking for some type of break and you're reading the level 2. What we want to do is we want to wait for this to set up, right? I'd actually love for this to come back in and then trade sideways for a few minutes as it starts to set up and chew out some of those weaker hands, if you will. Then when we start seeing sellers line up on the level 2, if you start seeing those blocks getting taken out, that's when you can confirm that the momentum is probably in your favor at this point. That's what I'm going to be looking for here. This can run. It ran stopped at 289. If this went to 3, that would be fine. As long as it comes back in and trades sideways, I think maybe we test the high of day again. So that's what I'd like to see right here. We'll see if we get it. I'm going to be as patient as possible. What I don't want to do here is try to just chase this and then create a problem for myself. I already took a small loss. I already got it back and got some gain. So now I want to have this set up and I want to trade it smart through whatever level it puts out, or for whatever level it shows, excuse me. Another block there at 280. That's getting chewed. Goodbye. That block is gone. So that's what I'm saying. It's just the volume is so strong in this name. We're approaching high a day here. See if it goes through high a day. Moving awfully fast. This might be a difficult scalp through high a day. In fact, I would say that this is a much higher risk scalp than some of the other ones that we talk about. This thing is extended like crazy already, up 65%. If it doesn't take that high a day, the pull could be 10, 15, 20, even 30 cents. So just try to keep that in mind. We identified the right one early, though. Sorry, Zunaid.
No, you're fine. I was actually going to ask you a question. You scalp straight market, right? Because obviously you're trying to get in and out ASAP.
Yeah. You mean, so you're asking what type of order I use?
Yeah. Do you mark it in and out of your position when you're scalping?
Great question. So because I have very, very specific spots that I'm trying to hit, I use limit orders on the entry. That's why you'll sometimes hear me say, I was too slow. I missed that. Because what happened is I saw it going up to that spot. I threw my limit order out there, but it moved through the spot too fast. And because it's a limit order, I'm not going to get filled on it, right? On the other side, it's completely different. If I'm trying to get out of a position really, really quickly in a scalp, I want that market order. I want that guaranteed fill. The reason that I'm actually waiting for that momentum push is because I want there to be enough buying interest to absorb whatever amount of shares I'm selling. Now, in a lot of these, especially when we're talking about some of these low price stocks that move around quickly, I'm not loading up with 10, 20,000 shares. I'm flipping 2,000 share lots or 1,000 share lots, depending on what the price of the stock is. And the reason for that is because I don't want to oversize and then instantly have something pull and be down, hundreds of dollars or $1,000. Like I want to keep the loss as small as possible. So I try to size appropriately.
Gotcha. And now you also use active trader. So for you, it's just a limit order boing. That's what I want. If they fill you, great. If not, whatever. Who cares?
Let's bring up AGRI. Okay, I did it. Let me
here. If you want to share yours, there you go.
So here we go. So this is the same setup that we took a look at yesterday. Remember, I'm flipping 2K share lots. So I've done this trade twice. This to me, even though there's green here, this is not a success. If you're trading 4,000 shares of a $2 stock and your profit $77, that's not a gain. Percentage wise, that's not impressive. To me, the positive that I'm drawing for this is that the first time that I hit this, I ended up closing my first 2,000 trade for like a $70 loss, just a couple of pennies. Then on the next one, not only was I able to get that 70 back, but I was actually able to get another 77 here on the fill. This actually would have been 80, but again, my market order filled it at a slightly different price. So you asked about using the active trader. This is what I'm looking at. So what I'll do is I'll hold control. You'll notice that when you hold control and you click this, it's an instant buy, right? It's an instant limit order buy. So let's say the spot is 280. I'll hover my mouse here, and when the price comes up to it, and I think that it's going to pop above it, that's when I place my limit order. If I get filled, there it is. So you just actually saw that here. It actually went, as soon as it went through 280, it popped to 287. That's exactly, now we got new highs here. This is so that's perfect. I can't believe that happened while
interesting.
We were just about. That's absolutely perfect.
Here, I gotta see what mine is.
I didn't take it because I'm talking about it, but that's exactly what we were hoping for, right? When it approaches 280, you saw how fast it moved through there. If I get a limit order in there and this thing pops to $3 here, all I have to do is hit flat now. That liquidates my position at market, so it guarantees a fill. Maybe I don't get all those shares filled at 3. Maybe I get some slippage and it comes down to 297 or thereabouts. Totally fine. That's another benefit of not using 10,000 shares and instead using something like 1,000 or 2,000.
Yeah, liquidity for sure, no question about it.
And you know what we're looking at right here, this one is, I would absolutely say that a stock that's moving around like this is more difficult. Some of the trades that we had yesterday, they were easy. They weren't going as fast. You had more time to get your limit order in. You didn't have to, be like, oh shoot, it's going to come back and sell it right away. Here, it's going to come back through 3. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, see how they brought it right up to 3, and then they started to pull it back a little bit. Look at this. Look at the block. Boom! Right
there you
through.
go.
This is exactly what we're trying to hit. You can see how fast it is. So it's not easy to do by any means. But if you can time those, if you can develop a feel for those, this can be incredibly profitable because your entry is crystal clear and your exit is crystal clear.
Yeah.
The key then comes down to your execution.
All right, real quick. You see that pink dot on your 307 right there?
Yes.
What is that?
So that's an excellent question. What I have is I have these studies overlaid on my active trader. So you'll notice that this VWAP, which is these 3 lines here, the purple line is the actual VWAP line. And that, look at AgriGo. Look at this. This is a monster.
Oh, 350.
Oh my God. This is why we play these, folks, because in some cases you'll be able to load up on these and the thing will move so fast in the direction that even if you're trying to hit out at market, this thing ran 40 cents from that 3 break, 45 cents, excuse me. And it's right back to 3. So you're getting everything here. You're getting the lesson on how to do this. You're being shown why this is risky and why it's so important to stick to your plan. Because if you're chasing these if you were buying up here at 330, you're already feeling sick. This thing within 3 seconds is 20 cents under your buy. If you have several thousand shares, you're under. You're under fairly significantly. So okay, so anyway, back to your question about the little dots. That's these studies overlaid on the ladder. So the pink dot here represents the upper standard deviation of this VWAP indicator right here. See how on the chart it says 322?
Yeah.
That corresponds to where the dot is. Notice that there's one here at 254. If we scroll down, there's that dot at 250. Now it's moving.
Gotcha.
So I overlay the studies on top of the active traders. So this is all I have to watch. That's just for the ease of doing this, right? I don't want to have to look at 95 different things. I want to focus on what I'm doing right here and hit it.
That makes perfect sense. The ticker that Ryan's been talking about is ticker AGRI. It's the trade that he took twice, was profitable after both trades were executed. And we're just talking about active trader on Thinkorswim. I'm going to go ahead and take a trade here again. I'm going to go ahead and grab SPY calls because it's testing, or it's about to test VWAP. I'm going to grab some SPY calls. The 425 SPY calls, I got filled at $2.85. These expire tomorrow. I got filled at $2.85. If SPY 10-minute closes below VWAP, I will be out. Did I get filled or did you get filled? I got filled. Okay. I got filled more shares on GBRI as it goes through $4. Let me make sure I place my stops as well. Which unfortunately might be any time now. All right, I grabbed some shares on GBRI on Thinkorswim at $4. My stop loss is just been hit. So that's a quick, how much did I lose there? Well, that's a quick $200 loss. So there's that. Glad we didn't share my screen and we share yours. But there's SPY though. So we made about $250 on Thinkorswim, or excuse me, on TradeStation. Gave about a little bit of it back on Thinkorswim. And let's see what E-Trade has for us on the option side.
So real quick, Joe, let's talk about that real fast. You're talking about the quick $200 loss. So that's actually exactly what happened to me on AGRI, excuse me. Alpha Golf Romeo India. The first trade that I took, I was trying to get one of these spots to break down. It popped 2 cents. I didn't want to sell the position for a 2 cent gain. I wanted more than that. And then it came right back through. And when it came right back through, I said to myself, okay, wait for it to set up again. So I hit sell at market. I ended up being down about $70. It was a couple of ticks, 2.5 ticks, 3.5 ticks, whatever it was. And I said to myself, okay, wait for this to set up. Wait for this to set up. So I was down a quick $70 too. And in fact, had I not have been as quick, I would have been down several $100s too. The
100%.
on that first one was pretty significant.
100%.
But this is it. When that happens, just wait for it to set up again. You can always claw it back. If you start to get that mentality where, oh, everything's against me, the rain cloud is following me around, you're never able to dig yourself out of a hole. Losses happen. How we get back from those losses is going to define us as a trader.
100%. Stop losses are so key. Please live to fight another day. But SPY,
real quick, let me just answer some questions here real quick. Chermo, Ryan, was the typing drill now it's time for all good men to come to the aid of their country? No, it was like a much longer page with intentional mistakes that we had to identify and correct and then submit. It wasn't any good quote like that. I wasn't typing the Gettysburg Address or anything like that. This is Rahman is asking, Ryan, is there something similar like active trader in Benzinga Pro? No, there isn't. And let me explain why. Benzinga Pro is a financial news media wire. This is a broker. There is no trading through Benzinga Pro yet. That is the job of the broker. So the way that I end up utilizing this is I use the, here, let me put it on the screen. We still have Zunaid's on here. I utilize this as my broker. Remember, I have 4 monitors. So on another screen, I've got Benzinga Pro open that's running the scanner all of the time. I have the chart up, so I'm able to get an idea of what's going on. But no, there's no way to actually trade through Benzinga Pro. Benzinga Pro is a trading tool to help you. It doesn't actually execute the trades. It helps you identify the trades and the setups.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, same here, right? You have different screens to kind of give you different things and different ideas. I used Benzinga Pro for my news, especially with Charlie and the Squawk. I mean, that man is money, in my opinion. And then I've got Trading View, and then my 2-3 brokers here as well.
Yeah, that's and to your point about the squawk, that I've got Charlie in my ear. I have an earbud in my ear, so anytime that there's a squawk, I hear it. I get asked all the time, how do you trade off of the squawk? For me, I'm also using a scanner, right? So if we're looking at the scanner and I click on, let's just say ENSV, and it starts to curl or it starts to spike, or I see unusual volume piling in here. Remember, my scanner is trying to find high levels of relative volume. That's literally what it's trying to do. So when it finds it and it reports a ticker, if I see something trading up on relative volume, the first thought is, why is this trading up? I can see there are more buyers than sellers, but why? A lot of the times, that's where the squawk comes in. Charlie will come on and say, ticker XYZ is trading up on volume because of a rumor with Deal Reporter, or a rumor about a takeover from Deal Reporter, or CEO stepping in, whatever the piece of news is.
Yeah.
Charlie fills that void for me, where he's telling me why the stock is putting in the move that it's putting in. And after a while, when you start to hear some of the same catalysts and you know if they're good, you'll be able to repeat that process. So when I hear takeover chatter, for example, like a potential merger and acquisition, man, I'm a little bit more liable to stay in that trade because I think it might run a little bit more.
Right.
If there's a Twitter post about it, if there's a short report about it, whatever the case is, when you start hearing all of these things over and over again, you end up realizing how to play them.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I'll give you an update on my SPY trade, and I'll talk about Charlie here in a second. But SPY, trying to break high of day here at 425. The contracts that we took at 284 are now trading at 330, which means we are up approximately 15%. I'm going to go ahead and scale out some simply because we're testing high of day. I am out some shit. I'm going to get about half my contracts out here. Come on. All right, I'm out at 326 on half my size here. But yeah, no, Charlie, I remember when there was a report where Slack was being bought out. Was it Salesforce that bought them?
Yeah, it was CRM. Yep.
And that stock was maybe around 30, and then it popped to about 33. And then, of course, I looked at the technicals as well, got in, and eventually was able to play the options for about a 2, 3, 4 per 100% gain as it eventually went to 38. And, of course, I swung some as well. I made plenty of money on that side. By the way, you've got CrowdStrike, high of day. You can see I had a limit order. I missed my limit order by about $2, and then it just went out without me. That's okay. I'm going to cancel this limit order as it's useless. And SPY here trying to test high a day, trying to break it. Welcome back, Mitch.
I think this White Horse had the comment, he's squeezing more than just oranges. Lol, take that.
I love it.
I don't even know if he can hear us.
I don't know.
I can hear you. I just muted myself so people stop crying.
Oh. I figured that's why he left me. But I wasn't 100% sure.
Let's just say I'd rather make money than hear people crying.
There you go. There you go. There you go. This GBR, man, if this GBR can close a 10-minute candle above VWAP, I might try to go ahead and take another position on it. But for now, I'm kind of sitting on my hands and seeing if there are any other plays. But look at that rejection so far from SPY. CrowdStrike. Let's see what those contracts are at. Man, I can't believe I didn't. Oh, where's my E-Trade? There's my E-Trade. CRWD. Let's see what the 200 calls are at. 340. Do I want it there? No, I'm going to wait for VWAP. Okay, I'll tell you what. If CrowdStrike comes back to test VWAP, whether it's right here near the 190s or whatever, I would try to grab some calls. I'm a little pissed that I didn't do so when this 10-minute candle closed. But, you know, we were playing other tickers and trying to make money on them, and we did. So it's okay. As SPY is now high a day, breaking 425. And you've got Amazon trying to break 29.50, excuse me. Now, if you are a believer that, hey, this pop is going to be sold, then I introduce you to AMD, which is testing VWAP right here. In terms of risk reward, this looks just fine. You can grab some puts here. Your risk off would be about $1 or so, around 108. And obviously around 105.50s would be your profit target to scale out. AGRI trying to test VWAP here. A few cents away from it. Oh man, if this VWAP on if SPY was below VWAP, I would 100% take this AMD trade, but I've got trust issues right now. Don't know which way to go.
Trust issues.
I do. Let's see here. How long has it been since you updated your battle station? By the way, I heard that's a term that people use for like trading stations. They call it a battle station. I found that out on Reddit.
Sure. Mine was last January. I
Nice.
had a new build last January from the ground up.
Zunaid YOLO some docu. Let me see let's check it out. You know, we enjoy
VIX
losing money trying to get reimbursed from Benzinga. It's fine.
VIX is cooperating today as we continue to trade back down towards the 30 handle, currently at 31.76. So that's good.
Patrick, I wish you told me, I wish you called out docu yesterday around $100 because I 100% would have tried to short it. But let's just go over it. Psychological numbers not only act as support, but they also act as resistance sometimes. And you can see that rejection off of 100 right there. I believe it poked above by about 27 cents. Matter of fact, why am I doing that? I'll do this. Poked above by 24 cents and then it rejected. But let's see what today is looking like. Ooh, you see how it's rejecting this? If this candle had closed above and gone green, like closed above this EMA, I would not mind trying to go long. When did they report? Have they already reported, Patrick? Matter of fact, I can probably check here. Let's see. They report earnings on tomorrow is when they report earnings. Any one of you using the Falcon computer for your trading station? I am not familiar with what that is.
Falcon they make really good machines. We have a lot of subscribers that have Falcon machines. Really, really good company. I build my own, been building my own since I was 14 years old. It's the cheapest way to get it done. It allows me to select all of my components individually and customize it the way that I want. So I'm a computer builder, but you can't go wrong with Falcon machines.
Opposite anyone who builds computers, because that ain't my body. You know,
it's so easy. Well, once you do it a few times, it's so easy.
You're probably right. I'm just scared that I'm going to put the memory stick where something else belongs, but I'm sure your response would be like it wouldn't even fit. But don't act like I change oil. All right,
can't change your car's oil.
You're not going to unmute yourself and insult me, sir. Don't act like I changed my oil. I need you to go back on mute. This man unmuted and said it's so easy. It's like changing oil. Boy, you think I don't pay for my oil changes? Stop it. Out of your mind.
Test, man. Test.
Out of your mind.
Mitch not having any of it this morning. Mitch is on something today. I love it.
There's SPY coming down. There's AMD rejecting off of VWAP. Are all of you running Windows? I love a Mac, but my E-Trade Pro would start making crazy noises. Looks like Mitch is long MRO here. So we'll put that up on the left side. But to answer your question, I use Windows. I believe Ryan does as well.
Again?
Do you use Windows?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently I'm just upsetting everybody today. And I don't know what Mitch uses. Did I use the chair? No, the chair is just, the chair
calling
is just
it now, guys. Timber on the SPY. Watch this.
It's pulling. And a lot of the China stocks are down big, too. Look at BABA today.
Just look at Apple.
Windows 95. I never had a Windows 95. I used a 98, but not a 95.
Oh, man. I used Windows 3.0 or whatever and DOS. Can you remember DOS command lines like X copy and dir and CD /? No, I'm dating myself. I got to stop.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But
I stopped. I'm out. Stop loss.
Apple is rejected. Look at this. It just looks like candy right here on Apple and near VWAP. It is rejecting, like Mitch pointed out. We'll see what ends up going on there. But Mitch is long MRO. I don't have any positions at the moment. Actually, yes, I do. I have SPY calls, which we scaled out half. Where is it right now? We're up about literally 2% on those calls after we scaled out. This is why we scale out. MRO near VWAP. You've got SPY somewhat bouncing around VWAP. I don't know DOS, but I know DAS Trader. I do know that, Ryan, if that helps at all.
Not even comparable.
Not even close? Okay, that's what I thought. Zunaid has a chauffeur. I don't. I love driving too much. I enjoy going on drives and all of that. And plus, I can't afford one, but, you know, just generally speaking.
Just make sure somebody else changes the oil.
It ain't gonna be me, baby. It ain't never gonna be me. Knowing I probably put some syrup in there by accident. You know,
I worked in a car dealership in another life. My second car that I owned, I actually built. I ordered it sight unseen from Texas.
Wow.
A used car, had it shipped to my house, drove it around the block to make sure I didn't get something that was bunk. And that weekend, pulled the engine out in my parents' garage, rebuilt it.
Nice.
Thing ran 11 nines in a quarter mile. It was awesome.
I love it. Yeah. You know, I hear people like building cars and this and that in their garage, and I'm like, damn, I can barely set up a desk with the manual right in front of me. I don't know how y'all do it. Props to y'all. Look at this beautiful barcode on Apple. If anyone else has any other tickers in the chat they want us to take a look at, let us know. Let's see what CrowdStrike's doing. Yep, there's CrowdStrike.
Guys, does anyone know why all of the China stocks are getting crushed? Like, look at IQ, look at BABA. Like, something's going on. Look at the China Bear ETF,
Try
Yang.
and take down the financial markets, man.
Man, something's going on here.
There's Mitch's MRO. All right. I'm going to take small size here on GBR. Let me go ahead and tell you my fill. All right. What was my fill? $4.13 is my fill. My stop loss will be low of day. So it is a wider stop loss than usual because I am trying to front run. Here, let me put it up here. I am trying to, that's not the ticker. I'm trying to front run the VWAP. I know. I'm cheating. I don't care.
Mavanik saying it's because China more or less supports Russia. That's what I have too. That's pretty much all I have too. Donkin Dave says China's bailing out Russia. People will stay away from that. Okay, so I'm seeing the same thing. Basically, what I was wondering was there some big headline that I missed or something, but it doesn't sound like that. You guys are on top of it. Really,
you guys act like China doesn't know that. They're doing this on purpose, guys. They're bringing down their markets on purpose. That's what I think. I mean, just take a look.
What's the end game for them?
The end game is for them to try to hurt us as bad as they can, and then they'll put a whole bunch of fiscal stimulus into their economy. That's what I think. They're pushing. If you really look at their economy, they went through a hard time before all this war thing started. And I think that's actually a smart move at certain times because they're worried about their inflation faster than we are worried about our inflation. So I think that's what you're really seeing is, and then if you take a look at all the big commerce stocks, they've been getting drilled, and there's no reason for that. Like at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, China's manipulation is so excessive that I wouldn't push them past them for them just trying to take down their market.
Sure. And
then they're going to pick it back up. It wouldn't be the first time, right?
When they pick it back up, wouldn't we be there though?
Yeah, but they do it on purpose, right? So I'm sure they're making money on the downside right now. That's the problem with kind of a government that you can't even get true access to, right? You don't know what their real plans is.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
And I always feel like they have like a two-faced type of plan. Two-faced type of plan is what I usually see. There's the SPY, man. Down goes Fraser.
Yep, SPY definitely crossing below VWAP, and there's AMD rejecting near VWAP on the right-hand side as well. God, I love the VWAP.
All right, guys, going to take some profit through the 80s here. Should get to the 90s, maybe the 24s, but I'm just going to take the profit, celebrate it over $100 day, and just celebrate. Why not? There's no point in pushing here. See if we can get through the 80s here.
I haven't had Chipotle in a minute, Kyler. MRO 10-minute candle closed above VWAP. AMD near the low of the day. Let's see what CrowdStrike is. Man, I really want to crowd. Oh, maybe it is going to come down. I need you to come down to like the 190s, please, CrowdStrike, so I can buy some calls. AGRI, let's see what's going on there. AGRI.
Is that
Bounce from VWAP. Bounce from VWAP. That's how I always like to see it the first thing. That would have been the best area to buy, but that is hindsight. But also just because we like playing VWAP. Why isn't it? I want Chipotle now. It's 10:30. I don't know if you can have Chipotle this early in the morning. Don't come at me in the chat, but
I had Chipotle for dinner last night.
Yeah, see, that's different. Have you had Chipotle ever? CrowdStrike, I believe, reported earnings yesterday, which is why we saw that pop. Whee! You see that pop? I believe that's earnings. Yep, there it is, earnings.
Kyler says, I knew I should have invested in Chipotle when there were still lines out the door when they had an E. coli breakout.
You're not wrong, my friend.
You're not wrong, Kyler.
You're not wrong.
That's true. That's true.
All right, Ryan, what's the craziest thing you've had for breakfast ever?
Okay, I got you.
All right, hit me.
When I was in middle school, this must have been 6th or 7th grade or something like that. I got elected to be one of my grade's representatives in the school government thing that was filled out by kids. And one of our tasks were we were revamping some of the cafeteria menu items and also deciding what was going to be in the vending machines. So we had to try a whole bunch of different foods at like 8 o'clock in the morning. One of the foods on the menu was a hot dog. So imagine a school cafeteria hot dog at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you have to eat it. I got to be honest. I like a good hot dog. I'm from Chicago. I like a good hot dog. Portillo's, shout out, by the way. But at 8 o'clock in the morning, a cafeteria, a school cafeteria hot dog at 8 o'clock in the morning. That was pretty good.
A corn dog, but not a hot dog.
That's insane, man. By the way, the SPY closed below VWAP. I'm going to get out of the remaining half. Pretty much a break-even trade for me since we scaled out and then we took a loss on the downside as well. So break-even trade on SPY.
All right, guys, about to take profits here. MRO. And boom. I'm out.
Nice.
83s.
Alyssa.
Done for the day. Money in the bank.
Oh, I love it. Shout out to Alyssa, by the way. All the hard work she does on socials, and YouTube, and everything else. Speaking of which, she helps run our Twitter Spaces, where Ryan will be leading the way later on today at 12 o'clock. So make sure you check out the Spaces. We're going to talk about long-term investing. And
That's
Ryan's going to talk
favorite stuff. We don't get that enough here. We don't get that enough in our trading shows. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, Ryan's going to pitch an idea. We're co-hosting it with Wolf, so there'll be a bunch of other traders that you can get ideas from as well. So highly, highly recommend you set your alarm for 12 o'clock Eastern and check out the Twitter Spaces. Shout out to Alyssa for setting that up for us.
I need to start buying some SPY put calls when I do those calls, man.
That was a monster.
I know. Yeah,
you nailed the top.
You
there.
did. You did. You called that around like 424.50, or actually around 424. You got almost 2 points since you called it.
Part of that is I wasn't paying attention to the stream and was paying attention to the SPY. I was paying attention a little bit more. I looked around. You could see all the strong stocks that keep us up were not even up on the day. So the SPY was just faking you out the whole time. Like, it was just like giving you that look like, yeah, I want to go up. I want to go up. But then you look at the strong names and you're down on the day. So I think that's what you kind of keep an eye on when you get in these SPY fake outs. And I think you might see a hard washout here. I don't think there's any reason to hit the buy button here. And so that's my thing. Like, the outlook is negative, not positive. Extreme optimism every time we go up is all I see. And so to me, that shows that we're in the 9th inning of the bull market going into a bear market. And I think that you're going to start seeing what? you're going to start seeing companies announcing lower and lower earnings moving forward. Why? Because they're going to try to lower the bar. Because if they keep the bar where it is, you're going to start seeing what? Destroyed earnings in the next quarter. So I think you're going to start seeing companies start lowering that bar, lowering their guidance, and that's a further sign.
We've already seen
that.
That's already started. That's already started. A lot of these companies have not issued good guidance in the last earnings, and their stocks have been hit because of that.
Yeah.
So
especially
I think you see continued.
Yeah, especially because during earnings season, you're not at the peak anymore, right? So you have seen companies lower their guidance. Definitely agree with that point for sure. You do have SPY testing low of day, like Mitch mentioned. If it breaks, it could be coming down to the 420s possibly. So if you're believing in the long idea, you want this to hold. And speaking of the long idea, AGRI trying to get back above and test the highs of the day.
Yeah, we might get to the def cross today. We might get to that def cross in the SPY today. I think if it closes at, like, let's say under 419 today, you'll get that def cross. And if we get the def cross in the SPY, watch out, guys. Anybody that bought right here thinking, oh, I got the bottom. Yeah, I did it right. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't catch the bottom. That's why I'm so annoyed at everybody trying to call the bottom. I think it's fun to play hero and just say, oh yeah, the SPY bottom. But I mean, all you're doing is you're just putting other traders at risk, because you're trying to say that there is essentially a hard bottom put in, when really you're just trying to call something that nobody knows. In environments where you are seeing stocks bounce off the support, massive bounce, and just keep running, then okay. Those are times when you can be calling bottoms. But in a market that is going downwards overall, you're not seeing that same buy the dip mentality. This is not the time to be calling bottoms, guys. If you try to play that game, I have a feeling you're going to regret it. Let's just say that. And I mean, this is not even more financial advice, not even educational advice. It's purely from experience, from what I've seen in the market. You got to know your market environment. And if you're trying to call bottoms in a tough war environment, you're doing it wrong, I think, in my opinion. At least from everything that I've learned, you call bottoms in markets that are really ripping. That's a little bit different, because why? The market is continuing upward, right? The trend is up. And so if the trend is up, it's okay to catch dips. But if the trend is down and you're catching dips trying to go long, all you're going to do is run into dead cat momentum. So
F-sell at a spot here at 689, big refresh seller there at 689. We'll see if they take that out.
Ooh, barcoding there as well.
That's a nice one right there. That's a scalp type of play, if I ever seen one. When you see so many levels on one level, that's how you see the biggest scalpers go after those types of trades.
And through. Another big block at 690.
Of course, if you're looking at that one, look for maybe the plug to find a bounce.
And there goes 690. Wow, they took that. They took that in a hurry. Interesting. Let's see if this grinds higher. We didn't get a pop. I'd be interested to see if we get a grind higher on this, though.
It's a good grind on that one.
Let's see. Let's go back to the full
biggest ball stick of the day here on that too.
Let's see what we've got here.
What really gave it to me, guys, on the SPY was looking at stocks like the proxies that I like to use, like Tesla, Apple.
We're grinding now. Sorry, F-sell. That's giving us a trade here through 689. Stopped at 696 on F-sell. I actually am not in this. Not in this, but this was a good one. It's grinding. I think this goes higher. I really do. I think you probably test 708 at some point here. Mitch, just back to your point about calling bottoms and tops. Never been successful doing that. Never, ever been successful doing that.
I mean, I've been there. I've called bottoms, but that was when we were like, just ripping, like just straight everything that came down went back up. And that's the problem, is that it's very hard to understand when you should call bottoms, because it's more based on the overall market and your sector and industry that you're in. And so when you're calling bottoms, you're not calling bottoms on one stock. You're calling bottoms on what? Sectors and industries, right? And so just saying that there's a bottom is very simple-minded. It's like trying to say that like inflation's not high right now. Because the prediction was that it was going to be at 8%. I mean, we have to try to stick to what the market environment is. And if your trading is not with the market environment, then that is a question that you need to catch yourself. Because what happens is, like, when we were having rip on up and the market was uptrending, a lot of times you get continuation moves. If you catch the support, you get a resistance touch and a breakout above resistance. But in this type of market, what we're getting a lot of the times is what moves back to resistance and then right back down to support. And so with that being said, it's a market of day traders right now. The day traders are killing it right now in this market. Those are the people that are making the money. The arbitrage are the ones that are
There
putting
goes
their money.
AGRI, by the way.
Yeah, popped up, made a higher day there. And by the way, your F cell coming closer to 7 break here as well, 2 cents off. SPY bouncing from low day for the moment.
That F cell, that was a good one through 689 too, because you probably also get a pop through 7.
About a penny away now, touch 699.
Yeah, they're gonna roast Kathy for that comment.
Inflation is deflationary. What does that even mean?
Because she said that we were in a deflationary environment, that we weren't in an inflation environment. The word is, are you fucking kidding me? It's almost like, do you not have eyes?
Or are they working? I mean,
like, do you not have hundreds of analysts? Isn't one of them telling you, like, Kathy, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but this is inflation. Like, I don't know how you could ever say that it's deflationary. That's like Powell saying that it's transitory.
F cell touch $7.
Let's see if it takes out 7.
That's why I'm not a big Kathy fan. Not at all. Not because she doesn't make good picks. She's made some great fucking calls. I just don't like the line to retail.
During the run up as well? Or just because of the recent downturn and how you feel like her opinion is completely off?
Thing. So my thing is, as a trader, and it happens to me sometimes, you got to admit when you were wrong.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Absolutely.
And I don't think she's done that. And absolutely. So to me, who falters at that moment? It's not the institutionals. She's going to get through this. She's going to have enough money to get through this. Who gets screwed?
By the way, long F cell here at 7. Here we go.
Nice.
There you go. Let's just watch Ryan trade here. There you go. You're full screen there, man. You
Mitch,
don't got your
you're making the price go down, Mitch. What are you doing?
Oh, man.
I can buy some if you want.
Please pump this up.
No, I don't. I mean, no, all jokes aside here, I was hoping for a bigger pop than 6 cents or whatever we got there.
We'll see volume if we end up I like
volume is huge. That's why I'm in.
Yeah, that's what I like. So, I mean, you know your spots, and that's what I always like. So what I look for now is bigger orders above the 7 mark. So right there at $7 is just 3,000. So let's see if we can get a bigger order to step up at, let's say, 702, 703.
Okay, so I'm going to give this one a little bit more leash. I'm only long 1,000 shares here. I'm going to call this at 690. I don't want it to go back down through that 690 spot that we first identified. We'll see what happens here. We're already working on a green day, so I'm going to give this a little bit more leash here. I was really hoping for more than 6 cents of a pop through 7, but it might happen on the second attempt here.
All right, I've got to hop off because I've got a call with Spencer real quick, but it was absolute pleasure trading. Hope somebody made some trades. By the way, Ryan, someone said they made some good money on AGRI, so appreciate you calling that one out.
Yes, great. That was a huge pop. I'm so glad someone else was able to hit that. It was fast. I was worried about that. I'm worried about them when they move like that, but that's awesome. It's great stuff.
Yep. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Take care.
Let's go.
See ya.
See you, man. All right, we're gonna let Ryan here get FSIL, guys, and then we'll probably be on out of here at 11. Benzinga Live will start up at 11:30. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around past 11:30. We'll see if we get enough likes for me to stick around, but I don't want to give you guys crickets for 30 minutes, so we'll see what happens there.
So now what we're seeing in FSL here, we're seeing some bigger sellers on the offer. That may end up pushing the price down, but on the flip side, if those sellers get taken out by buyers, it's a snap up. Exactly. So this is kind of going to be the point here. We're either going to know or we're not going to know.
There's the wall on edge. So you guys look at edge for FSIL right now. EDGX. Look at that. Look how it just got filled there. 15,000 and then 22,000 at 697. So think about it like the big boys at 697 trying to scalp 7. Where would he be holding to? More than likely hit that low of that red candle.
Let's back at 7. Let's see if we take this out here. There it is.
Watch the EdgeX order. Watch how he's going to step up there. You see the 12 there? That's the only order I'm looking at right now. That's the route I'm looking at. There's 59 showing up there for a second. NASDAQ and EdgeX are two that I always keep an eye out when I'm looking for things like this. Because you're seeing that same person that bought on that EdgeX is probably going to sell on that EdgeX. And so I'm looking for it to get a little spike above the $7 here. Now you're starting to see some step ups at 701, and that's a good sign because the step up at 701 is above that 7 mark. There's EdgeX 222. You see why I'm calling it out, guys? There's a reason why I pay attention to that order. They love using that one for the speed.
Let's see if they take out 705 here. All right, pop up. There we go.
Yeah. And where did the order Big Phil go through right there? There's another EdgeX order.
All right, so I'm actually just going to cut this here. I do need to go too, cut this here, but that was nice. That was a little bit slower. Do you see how that was slower than AGRIR was moved around? It's a lot easier to actually trade that. So I would say that if you're new to this, like I should have said this to Zunaid the other day, when you're new to this, when you're trading the things that are either thin or moving around really fast, it is orders of magnitude more.
Yeah, I just want to call this out. That EdgeX order, 62,000, just sold at 707.
Okay, my sell was at 709. So I sold above them.
And it went through on EdgeX. So that's why I was looking at that order, guys. I want to call out those big orders. It's so important to understand order routing. If you want to have edge in the real scalping game, guys, you got to start trying to learn all you can about order routing and how that works. It's going to help you so much, especially on like moments like where Ryan was, where he's in between, right? Like the pressure's on, but what he needs to pay attention to at the end of the day is the order flow at that point. The order flow is going to push him through. There's a certain amount of supply and demand at every price level. And that's why we're watching to see what happens on that supply and demand. A lot of times where you get the move like you got in that move right there, you get that above a whole dollar, retracement slightly below, and then to break through that price point. And so that was a good level definitely to stay tight on. You saw Ryan. There was even a point that he's there like, should I cut it? No, I'm going to stick to the 690 here, 690. And there's a point where he's thinking, what? I'm thinking all about risk management. Let it get back into the 7. And as soon as it gets into the 7, he's not thinking greedy like, oh, I'm going to 720 here. I'm looking for that last pop to sell into.
Yep, absolutely. And
he sold into strength. You saw there was a moment where it even hit a tick above him. There's a reason why you want to start selling into that strength instead of like being like, oh, I'm going to be greedy here. It was okay if maybe like if I was in Ryan's case, I might have taken like the half sell and looked to see if I got through 710. But I completely understand why he's more like, I'm like an all in, all out type of trader too, because it gets the mindset in a way better execution type of mode. You're just like, I'm going to get in. Okay, I'm out.
And you know, Mitch, to that point, one of the other things that I'll do occasionally is like if I get 2 or 3 little scalps under my belt, and when I say little scalps, I mean maybe $100 here, 150 there, maybe 170 on that. You get a couple of those, you actually have a nice little profit that you can work against that day. So if I see another setup, maybe I take a little bit more size, maybe I give it a little bit more time, maybe I wait for it to run a little bit more. A lot of it depends on the condition or the environment, excuse me. And you make those decisions on a stock by stock basis. What you were just saying about FSL, you're literally hitting it on the head. My goal there is to sell into strength. My goal is not to make a full dollar point here. My goal is to make maybe a dime or 15 cents and then stack that on top of each other. So now I have I have a couple of small profitable trades. I've got about a $200 profit cushion that I can kind of factor into my next trade. And all of that kind of helps with learning the process, learning the different spots, and then being able to repeat that over and over again.
100%. Ryan, great day for you, my friend. Not bad at all.
Nope, good stuff, man.
We'll go ahead and get you on out of here if you need to get on out. If not, you can stick around until 11. You guys out there, we got over 650 people watching right now. Please smash that like button. We need 400 likes to keep going past 11. If not, we'll be on out of here. So you guys decide, do you guys want us to stay? Hit the like.
Mitch, I do have to roll. Thanks, everyone. Are we going to be on tomorrow?
Yes, I have some great news, guys. Guess what? Looks like no all access tomorrow, guys. We will be here, so join us tomorrow right here on Live Trading. And like always, guys, we'll keep coming after it. Appreciate you, Ron.
No problem. Take care, everyone.
Later, guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let me see where we're at on the light game right now. We're at 275. We need to get to 400, guys, to get past 11. We got about 8 minutes for that. So don't wait around. Just smash that like, and let's get into some of the stocks that you guys want to check out. I don't want to be all crickets all day, so I'm going to try to talk loud and bring my mic down. Let me know if the volume gets too low. I'm trying to talk loud so you guys don't hear the computer here. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see what's going to go on here. I'm looking at a COA to see if it was going to come back on up, but it's just too weak for me to go after there. The SPY dropping fast, guys. I talked about it, called that drop there on the SPY. Just be careful. I think you're going to see continuous weak action there. Tesla really weak today. Nice VWAP fades. I hope somebody faded Tesla today. We're able to nail some of those shorts. I wanted to look at shorts for stocks like Unity, Roblox. Look at those stocks just getting crushed. I mean, too many people just believing in these stories, and there's nothing there, guys. There's really nothing there. Lucid also coming down today. Ford coming down. GM, NIO, all the crap that moved yesterday coming on down today, guys. So just be careful out there, guys. It's a lot of these kind of short squeezes that were moving aren't moving anymore. So you don't want to get caught into those. I feel like we got that dead cat bounce yesterday, and that's exactly what we saw. Cole having a great day again. BTU, what a monster. AMR kind of holding up there. METC, I was thinking about buying this dip here towards the 1864, but it's going sideways now. We'll see what happens on those. Solar did not do good today, guys. Sometimes you call it right. Sometimes you call it not right. And today I will tell you that I had it wrong in Solar. I thought we would get a big push on up. And now we're getting a pullback. The question is, do we still hold the pullback of this candle? So I'm still a little bullish on Solar, but the real question is, can we hold within this? If we can hold within this and then get back on up here, let's say we get back on through this 313 on the upside, we're going to be looking for some Solar names. But today, definitely pulling on back. And like I said, guys, you got to know when you were right and you got to know when you were wrong. I was wrong on Solar right there, but as you can see, we'll see what happens if we get a inside day again and then a push back up through the highs. We'll see if that can make moves. Do you ever use fibs, says Zach Brown? Yes, I do use fibs. I try not to do it here because I feel like it confuses people. But yeah, I like fib retracements. I like drawing them out and at least knowing where the 38, the 50% retracement mark is. Looking for those 50% retracements to actually come through on the SPY. So if you look here, guys, I have certain levels drawn on out, and I drew them from the pandemic. And if you take a look here, 38.2 retracement there is to 385. And then at 50%, it would be towards 354. I think we eventually get towards 385. I think that would be a good retracement for the overall market. And from there, we can start trying to call some bottoms at a good retracement mark. Right now, it's at the 23 retracement, 23.6. And I think, yeah, you could see that coming on back there. But I think we got to look closer down towards the 38%. All right, let's keep going, guys. So Doge was a meme that started it all. Shiba is a meme that brings purpose to it. Yeah. Crypto Burger, I mean, if you're trying to push Shiba or Doge, I mean, you're definitely trying to just get rich quick. Let's just be honest, guys. Those are not safe long-term investments. Those are really risky long-term investments. And I don't think it's wrong, I don't think it's wrong. Yeah, the golden ratio down to 61.8. I do like that one, but I don't think the SPY is going to pull back down towards there. I like that one for more momentum trading, JDs. So, like, let's say, what's a stock that's popping right now? SOPA yesterday. So you look for those retracements. I mean, let's see here. I mean, that's already retraced it, the whole move there. But let's just draw it out so that we could see it here. So the 61.8 is around here. And so I use the 61.8 more for, let's say, intraday rippers that are breaking on out. And I'm looking for a retrace buy, a kind of pullback level. But really, I try not to use it too often because you can get a little, I'd say, fib happy, where you just start buying everything. And that's not the idea here. You got to combine a couple of things. All right, what's going on, guys, out there? Let me go ahead and just put on some music. I want to just vibe towards the close here. It's about to be 11 o'clock here, guys. So you guys do me the favor, smash that thumbs on up. Let's see if we got 400 likes to keep going. Looks like we only got 307 likes today, guys. We need 93 likes, guys, in 3 minutes, guys. And then I'm going to be getting on out of here. And then you guys will get to Benzinga Live at 11:30. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Crude oil found the bottom and is curling. Yes, it did. I feel like it did too. That's why I was long on MRO. Could still be long on MRO. Could be scalping this play. Remember, I got in this one at 23.50s, 57s. And I sold it up there at 80, but I had that feeling that it could go up there towards 24. A lot of this one was a call based off the channel. I've talked about MRO and how it loves to trade in a channel. And each time that we crack below the channel, we eventually recoup it and go all the way up towards the top of the channel. I could have held it towards the move towards the top of the channel, which is up there towards, let's say, 25 or even 26. But I got that off that bottom of that channel there, was looking for it to really start pushing. And now you see it get back into the channel. That's what happens with it. It does this often. NTRA, I'll take a look at that. It's a diagnostic and research stock. This just looks like, no offense, but just looks a little bit crappy to me. Could try to get the shadow fill up if you're trying to play that. I kind of understand, but it's just getting destroyed right now. So I personally wouldn't be taking a shot on this, but hey, to each his own. Silver trying to set up here. Yeah, silver not a bad day for it. Nothing like spectacular, but not a bad day at all. Gold trying to come back. Let's look at ADI. There you go. We found the trade here. ADI here. I'm going to look for a little bit of a slight pullback here, but I might just grab it here. We're looking for a push back towards 868s. I do like this ADI. We've already made money on it before. Let's see if we can get this trade now. This is a gold play that's been lagging. We talked about this one because it went below yesterday. That was a good pullback buy. If you got that off the 8s, man, that was a nice level there. The Dank Fund, don't worry. We'll put it into the Dank Fund for sure. I hate channel plays, though. Yeah, I understand, Stuart. If they don't work for you, don't worry about it, man. What are your thoughts on a gold ETF for a swing, says Colin? I mean, yeah, you could look at the gold ETF, but to tell you the truth, what I found in gold is I like to play. This one doesn't look too bad. The gold trust here, the GLD, because you have at least kind of that level right here to go off of, let's say like 184.45 or maybe even 184, and you're looking for a move back up towards 190. So that's not a bad look. You're looking at a 3.5% move back up, and you're only risking about, let's say, a 0.4. So on the risk to reward side, it doesn't look bad. If I wanted to look at one of them, probably GLD. All right, taking a look here. Let's take a look at the SPY. How's the SPY doing? Starting to crack down and continuing to move down there. Looks like we're starting to really leak here, guys. So if you were in those stocks that were pushing on up, just be careful there. Could scalp MRO here again through that level there, but going to look for some basic materials that are kind of catching some support here. So let's look at coal. Let's see if any of these are catching support. There you go, BTU. Let's take a BTU trade. We haven't done this one for a while here. Looking for a little bit of a pullback here to get in, and I'm going to risk off the 22 mark. All right, so 15-minute chart here. Draw out the trend here. Looking for that support to hold. All right, we're going to look for a little retracement here towards 22.10s. We can get in there and risk off of the 22s. Could grab it right now and try to add and then get down towards a 15 average, but doesn't look that bad right here. Did get a little pop that we missed on the last minute, so let's see if we can get a pullback to 22.10s. Yeah, GLD is super annoying with tax reporting, just a heads up. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, the way that GLD kind of works, they kind of restructure it. Let's see if we can get the 22.10s here. All right, going to catch up with the chat. Did we get past the 400? Guys, we need 64 likes, guys. If not, I got to get down here, man. Come on. Give me some likes. Someone already took BTU there. Stepped up there at 25. 10,000 shares there, guys. A little annoyed. I keep missing BTU. A little part of me feels like chasing here, but I don't feel like it's against my rules here to chase here. Looking for a pullback to try to get in here. Someone did step up 10,000 shares at 22.25. What do you mean really bad news on BTU made the stock go up? You got to be a little bit more descriptive there. Oil buy after the pullback? Yeah, that'd be a good buy. We'll see what happens. Industrial's coming down fast, guys. Technology, the one, man. Yesterday, guys. Look at yesterday. This was yesterday. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're right back down below those numbers now. I'm telling you guys, there's people that are trying to call the bounce like that. It's just difficult, guys. It's just difficult. Definitely BTU looking good there. gonna miss it again. A little annoyed. Got to it about a minute or two late. Off the 22s was looking good. A little annoyed that I'm missing that one. I've missed that one way too much. Just being a little too picky probably there with my call. Might take this one. CEIX. Yeah, I like these levels here. All right, the risk would be off the 88s here for CEIX. The spread is about 11 cents here, so I'm looking for a little bit of a retrace. Can we get a retrace to 35 and then risk off the 88s? See if we can get that. Order out there. Trying to fill at some at 35.05, and then I'll try to fill the rest of it underneath 35. I'll let you know if I get some fill. All right, what's going on out there, guys? How we doing? Mitch, do you mind crypto? Is that why your computer is running so hard? I wish. I'm gonna actually just play some probably some vibes here so that you guys don't hear the crickets. Ooh, this haven't gotten a fill there on CEIX, but might just cancel here. Yeah, canceling down a little bit there. The spread was a little bit too wide there. It spread it up about 20 cents there. It looks strong right now, but let's see if I can grab it on the 15 pullback. Just didn't get a fill there at 35.05, and it was just moving around there. Not seeing big orders too. It's very small volume, so just gonna leave it alone. Let it go, let it go. There's some other cold plays that I could try to take, but I'm probably just gonna call it, guys. Mitch Metz gets our guy stick figure in here. Yeah, we need some uplifting, Ashton. We need it. Let's go. SPY, I think it's just going to keep cracking on down. We'll see what happens there. 419 is the level that I'd definitely be careful on. That happens to break. Just watch out, guys, because it could be a hard downwards move there. Taking a look there. Drive Shack, man. I was talking about this one today. Everyone wanted to talk about Eli. I said, forget Eli. Look at Drive Shack. Nice little push on up off the bottom there. There's a CEIX moving on up, but I'm going to leave it alone, guys. Just let it go. I'm going to see if Akoa was going to come back ripping here. It doesn't look too bad here to take a shot here. I'm going to try to get Akoa here. This has been our biggest win today. All right, what's that last 1 minute candle here? We got low 61 here. Okay. Okay. Inverse head and shoulders here. Let's see if we can come back, test into this area, and then come back up through the 80s. Don't want to be too quick here. Sorry about the call there, guys. All right, what's going on, guys? What is gold stocks? I mean, gold, baby. We're lighting one up if the SPY hits 420 soon. Do I got to go downstairs and get something? We'll see what happens there. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Covering some SPY spreads here, Jay. Hey, we'll keep doing it, man. Walmart seems happy today, says Quantum. I'll take a look at that. All right, Walmart. Yeah, Walmart seems happy today for sure. Getting off that bottom there. Actually, I like that bottom look there. Let's take a look at Target. Target was actually moving on up. Now retracing there. So a little bit of a mix there. A little bit of a mixed move there. Home Depot coming down today. Lodging coming down today. I mean, really, a lot of things are deep into the red now. Energy and utilities coming on back here. So you can take a look at some of the utilities today to see if they start getting into the green. And you can see here Duke just pushed up, and then that's looking good there. We're going to look at another one that was really weak earlier to see if it holds VWAP now, which is POR, Portland General Electric, trying to pull back their utility name. Let me see what some other utilities names are doing well. Wave, look at this thing right now, guys. WAVE, guys. This has been holding. Has 1, 2, 3. Just looked like it wanted to break out through 750s here, pulling on back here. We'll see what happens on that one. And that's Wave. Where do you think CrowdStrike would be at the close? I mean, I can't really guarantee anything there, but I'll take a look here for you. Take a look at CrowdStrike to me is a nice pullback, nice inside day. Could take out the highs, but it could also just close here, like let's say in the 180s, and then try to take out the highs tomorrow. I would actually look for an inside day today. So an inside day would be a move, let's say back towards the 185s, 186 here. I do think it does look good for a VWAP bounce, but it could also just be a little bit of a trap there at the 191s, and it comes right back down towards, let's say, 183s or 185s. I do like this Alcoa here. I'm thinking about if I'm going to risk some of the money that I made on Alcoa earlier today. We made about $80 on that trade earlier. Let's see if we take let's take a little $10 risk here. I'm in there, guys. It just got in there at 803, guys. We're going to risk off the 79.90s here. We're going to do a quick risk here and see if we can get it to start popping through. The bid just tapped 88s. If it cracks through there, we're going to get on out. Let me go ahead and take the Walmart seems happy trade off there. There you go. We got some likes. Come on, like on up, guys. I'm taking another trade for us. Let's see what happens here. All right, got to stay tight with this, guys. Just got in there right here, looking for the breakout above. If it breaks down through that 78, we just got to get out. See if we get that lift here through the 80s. There's someone stepping up there at 7998, 12,600 shares. It's trying to get through the 80s there. Gotta be close here, guys. Ticking time bomb is about to go off. All right, just gotta be close here. Just keeping a close eye on it here, guys. We'll see what happens here. It's showing on the bid 91s. A push back above 80s would get me confident. What's going on out there, guys? Every time the SPY hits 420, you gotta light a bong hit. I mean, can't blame you on that one. Why not get a little smoky? Like on up, guys. Let's go. Let's go. How are we doing on that light game? I passed this through 11, guys. So if we don't get 400, I'm going to be a little upset today. What's going on, guys? All right, there you go. Showing up there, the 80s there. Come on. Let's see if we can get through there. All right, guys, ticking time bomb's about to get off. We're not. If this is going to be our 1 minute candle. It needs to get through. Up 1, up 2, up 3. That's the up 4 rule. So the up 4 rule is literally it shouldn't break through that support right here. So we're getting closer and closer. The support is getting tighter and tighter. We don't want to see it break through that 85. We want to see a breakout through 80s and the volume increase, and us also get what? A MACD cross back over. Getting a test on that right now. Let's see what happens here. Now we got to step out. We want to see this line do a cross back. So you see the line, the indicators don't mean for me entry. They mean confirmation, showing me that the trade is looking better. Got to be careful here, guys. Could crack. There's 80s. I'm out. I'm not going to stick around, guys. I'll take the little loss there, give a little bit back, but I'm not going to fight this. I'll just get on out there. We'll just call it a wrap there. It's been a good day for me, so gave a little bit back there. Could have stuck around for this trade. Maybe it breaks through 80 now and then just breaks on out, but it's got a little bit dangerous there for me. Not going to go ahead and watch this go to 79.50s and then give it up. You can see I got a little faked out there on that harmy. That's why I look a lot of times for closes. Closes matter more than, let's say, the opening of the candle. But hey, I'll take it on out there. I agree, Mikey. It is kind of funny. Everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin. Oh, it's back down. All right, guys, let's go ahead. We'll see what's going on in the market right now. Looks like the SPY wanting to continue breaking on down. Looks like if I maybe should have stuck with the little MRO. It did push a little bit higher, but we've had a good day today. Can't complain at all. Basic materials up, energy up. Seems like to me just a classic down day. I mean, I know that a lot of people were looking towards the upside, but I know I wasn't today. I was looking to see a fake out towards the upside, and that's what we've been getting. Weakness and weakness. This is why I don't want to call the bottoms of anything right now, because you're just going to look a little bit dumb when the next day it's already back down towards the support. All right, let's keep going, guys. Thanks, Mitch. Another great show. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Justin. Hey, what type of candles style do you prefer? Normal candles? Yeah, I honestly... Nick, that's a little bit of a battle. It's kind of like one of those self kind of battle things. I've thought about before, like using charts that are more like, let's say, you can use the high and low candles. I really kind of like these high and low candles here. So this is on Bros. I've been keeping an eye out on longer term on Bros, and you can see what? Bottoming action. Then the stock comes back on up. What I like about this is that I don't even color it, and I just take a look at where the price action's being. So when I look at a chart like this that's white and only has highs and lows, I don't feel like kind of that bullish sense just because of the candles. I feel it more because of the pattern, and I like that approach. So like, let's say, let's look at the SPY here. So when you look at the SPY and you take away the coloring, you can see what do we have? We had what? Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. All of a sudden, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, lower low, higher high, consolidation, higher high, and then rejection from the breakout coming towards the low. Then all of a sudden you get what? Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. It starts repeating. Then you get another push back. What do you get? Look where the closes are. It never closed above this 438. It made moves above, but it never closed above that. And that's why we look at those lines, because we want to know when it actually kind of closes above those lines or closes below those lines. A pure example is like here, where the stock bounced yesterday, went on up the SPY, but what did it do? It didn't clear that 428. It just did it in the intraday, going to 429, but closing at where? At 427. So this is why I like using those charts, but it's always about what you want to use. Mitch, I think you pay attention to securities from past activities. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It would be cool if you focus on what's moving pre-market today No, that's not actually. That I don't like doing that. I think that's a fake out. I think that's what most people teach, but it really isn't what you should be looking at least from in my knowledge and my experience. I say if you're just looking at what moved in pre-market, you're doing it wrong in my book. That's just like an easy, oh, look at me kind of stock. And then what happens to a lot of those look at me types of stocks? They just come back down. Take it easy on Kathy. I'll try. She forged her way in a man's world, and they love to hate on her. Yeah, but like, I hear what you're thinking on that. I agree with you. I want more women that have power in finance industry, and I think they deserve it, and they can really control their emotions. I even had an interview yesterday, interviewing women that I think that, you know, definitely probably hold the emotion probably better than I can. So I think the biggest thing for me on Kathy is just go ahead and tell the retail traders that we're in an inflation environment, and that it's going to take a little while for these trades to come back. That's okay. If she would say that, I would love her for it. I'd be like, okay, so what you're just trying to say is that this year is not it. But she can't say that. Why? Because of course everyone would be like, well, I'm not going to put money into her fund if she says that this year is not it. So she's just trying to point towards the upside. And my thing is, don't point towards the upside if there is none. Let's just be honest. Like, if there is none and you're just pointing towards the upside, you're kind of fooling people. And I just don't like that. She is smart, bad timing, 5 years. She does say 5 years before. Yeah, but saying it 5 years, saying it before doesn't really matter, because everyone looks at your stock today. And so it's easy to say that, yeah, my stock is going to be up in 5-10 years. I mean, just ask all the SPACs, just to kind of put it out there, right? All the SPACs had like a 5-year outlook. Yeah, it's great, but what did we get in the meantime? All right, let's take a look how Amazon performed today. I was actually interested in that. I just saw a pop in a COA. I'm going to avoid it, guys. I'm going to avoid it there, but it does look good there through the 80s. Close my eyes. Stop looking up there. Close the brokerage. I'm closing charts here because I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with you guys and look at stocks. But, yeah, definitely a COA is trying to push up back there. We'll see what happens on that one. IWM. The Russell, I don't like to look at the Russell too much. Been looking at that rejecting, and it just looks bearish to me. It looks like it wants to take out the lows. It doesn't look like it's bullish. Spike, do we get down there through the 419s today and the 420s? Do we get some 420 action today? Speaking about 420, guys, if you guys haven't done so already, guys, check out the Benzinga's Cannabis Capital Conference. It kicks off on April 20th. Yes, I said it, 420, guys, at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach, guys. I love this hotel. You know, at the end of the day, you're in Miami Beach. You're in the top of the top. Right next door, you got the Eden Rock also. So if you want to party, maybe get to Live. Live is in the Fontainebleau. If you guys haven't been to Live Miami, I'll tell you guys to check that on out. Over 500 million in deals have already been done at this conference. C-Suites, Curaleaf, Tilray, Canopy Growth, and many more will be there. Don't miss out on the opportunity to be in that room. Use the promo code SHOWS30 for 30% off your ticket, guys. I'm going to throw up a link here for you guys in the chat if you guys are interested. But check it on out, guys. They already told me that I'm not allowed, guys. I'm not allowed. There's a reason why, but I'm not allowed. But you guys are, so don't miss out, guys. If you guys want to be there for the 420 conference, Cannabis Capital Conference, don't miss it out, guys. Miami's #1 marijuana convention. You guys don't want to miss on out. We are the tickets actually go up on Monday, guys. You only got about 3 days, 11 hours, 35 minutes, and 33 seconds left there to get your ticket at the first price tier. So I don't want you guys to miss on out if you guys are trying to get on out there. and definitely recommend it. I know there's going to be a lot of executives talking on there. If you want to hear from cannabis companies, and of course, Florida has gone medical, right? And so a lot of these companies actually work in Florida here, guys. So truly check it on out. You're going to learn a lot about them. If Mitch can't go, I'm out. Well, let's just say I can't go for other reasons than what most people would think. I got some wedding things that I got to take care of. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Laugh out loud. No smoke at work, I guess. Hey, we'll see what happens, guys. Yo, I'm already going to the Vegas. Yeah, JD's. I'll see you in Vegas. I'm trying to get to that Vegas one too. That's our trading convention. I'll probably be trying to do my own room there if possible. So we'll see what happens on that. All right, guys, it's 11:25. We'll see what happens in the overall market today. Definitely a down type of day, guys, but just be careful out there. And I'll go back to what I talked about earlier, is that a lot of it to me, guys, is just understanding and ask yourself this question. What market environment are we in? And when you see those bottoming actions and you see people call the bottom because they just want to call a bottom, ask yourself, did the story change? Did anything in the macro headlines really change yesterday? And if anything, they pointed to higher inflation and more trouble in the oil and natural gas department with what came out on Biden, right? And so I think if we're pointing towards anything, we're pointing to higher inflation, higher prices in oil, higher prices in natural gas, higher prices in goods, lower consumer spending. To me, this sounds like recession, guys. And so you just got to be careful out there. I don't want to see people thinking that we're still in this massive bull market that has been going through the moon. You got to be careful out there. Always know what you see and take a look. The SPY is slowly but surely coming closer to this death cross. And I've talked about it since we were in here. And look how we're slowly but surely getting closer and closer here. Look how the 50 today is at 447.47 and the 200-day is at 445.60. So only 2 points or less than 2 points separating the death cross on the SPY. And if you get through the support today with a death cross look on the moving averages, what are traders going to be thinking? And it's going to be a little tight there. Recession or stagflation, says Jay. Those are the concerns that I would definitely be worried about. Bear market, high cost gas, raw materials, expensive groceries, the Fed raising up interest rates. We're going into troubled times, guys. So definitely protect your accounts, protect your money, protect everything you have, because it's going to be tight out there, guys. And another thing is just be careful, because with the rising prices, you can definitely get yourself into trouble. The Fed hasn't even started raising yet. Biden is doing things to lower oil, but I hear you. Hey, I hear you that he's doing things to lower oil, but that doesn't mean that we can just recoup what Russia had to offer. Let's just be honest. And Russia's oil was needed for a reason. Russia's natural gas was needed for a reason. And so we're going to see if we can get away from those, and we can find some supply to find a help, but we're not going to completely just get that supply back. That's just not going to immediately come back. The big one is the Fed stopped doing the QE. Yeah, they pulled the punch bowl. And once they pull the punch bowl, we got to be careful out there, guys. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. 11:28. I'm just going to get on out of here a little bit earlier. It's been a little bit more of a hectic day. I apologize for my computer. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Usually it's nowhere near as loud, but today it just wants to blow up. But hey, it wants to go in a SpaceX rocket to the moon, so I can't blame it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap on up. Today was a great trade in ACOA and in MRO. We did have a couple of losses, but we'll see what happens. Venezuela wants to supply us. I'm from Venezuela, and I don't even understand that one, Alan. So I'll tell you that right now, because they're working also with Russia. And one of the things that I would say is Maduro and his regime is definitely two-faced as can be in Venezuela. So you just got to be careful out there. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I hope you had a good one. Jay, Justin, Zen, Aesops, Beach Bum, Gregory, Alan, Adam, Brandon, all you guys, Bug, everyone that stuck around, Lisa Lee, earlier call outs. That's what I like to see. I appreciate you guys like always. Bill, you guys have a great one. Hope you guys have a great day. And like always, keep working on your skills. And I will be back on Money Mitch later today at 4:30. If you guys want to talk some stocks, find out what happened in the market, catch me there. I'll see you guys later. And like always, let's keep it going, guys.